Hiya, how are you doing? Welcome back to Self-Love with Sharon D. What do you think of my top? I'm just back from an event and I've been speaking self-love as I do, and I met some interesting people and people who kind of look up to certain people, which we all do, and there's no harm in that. So I had an interesting conversation with somebody who looks up to Tony Robbins, and I thought, let's see what Tony Robbins has to say about self-love. So I went to tonyrobbins.com and I had a look at his 15 things he says about self-love. So I'm just going to go through them with you now. The number one, he says, be kind to yourself. Absolutely agree with that. I mean, you know, the world's unkind. We need to be kind to ourselves. We need to be forgiving of ourselves, caring for ourselves. So totally get that. Number two is to change your self-talk. Absolutely love that. I heard a long time ago, if you can't say something nice, say nothing at all. And I firmly believe that. I believe that if people spoke to us the way that we speak to ourselves, we would leave them. We'd consider them as abusers some of the time, because our self-talk isn't great. Our self-talk allows our imposter to do the talking sometimes. It stops us from doing things. It questions us. It doubts us. It's our brain that's trying to keep us safe. But yeah, I get that one. Number three, adjust your physical state. Absolutely agree with that. Make a change, do something. It could be clicking your fingers, clapping your hands, giving a whoop. It could be breathing. I recently started, during lockdown actually, I started square breathing. If you haven't seen that, Google that. It's a great thing. You kind of breathe in for 4 and you hold for 4, and then you let out for 4 and you hold for 4. It's really great. I use that alongside meditating. Talking about meditating, number 4 is meditation. Yeah, absolutely. That was the last part of my self-love journey that I had goals set for that I could do. I would get very fidgety. I'd get very impatient, and I didn't know what to do, which made me feel awkward. So it wasn't until I actually started doing yoga. And after yoga, they do something called, I could get this wrong, it's like yoga nidra, and it's all about that, you know, relaxation, meditation, and I found it absolutely brilliant, and I love it. I love doing that, and I love visualizing as well, visualizing what I want. Your brain does not know whether you have it or not. It just knows the feeling that you give. So I love visualization and meditation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Tony says, surround yourself with supportive people. Absolutely game changer right there. Naysayers, you know, we all have naysayers in our lives, but once we learn to keep that barrier, to not let their issues become our issues, what to say, it's an issue, not an ish-me, then definitely, and your cheerleaders, the people that support you, surround yourself with them and be that person for other people as well. Love that one. Then Tony Robbins goes on to say, don't lose yourself in relationships. Okay, I get that, because if you are not yourself and not your authentic self in a relationship, so you're being molded into someone else, it's going to disserve you, and it's going to disserve them, because they're not getting what they've signed up for, and you can't keep it up long term. That whole pretense, you know, it's going to give, it's going to do something to you physically, it's going to do something mentally, it's going to catch up with you. So yeah, I'm agreeing with you too. Next one, adopt an abundance mindset. Yeah, Absolutely. Abundant mindset, that goes hands in hand with the gratitude that I talk about, and looking at the good things in life, looking at the wealth, the abundance, the things we have. Yeah, agree with that. Yeah, I'm actually going to probably agree with every one of these. The next one, Tony Robbins says, is go off the grid. 100%. I went off the grid with the kids camping this year, and we were wild camping, so they couldn't charge their phones. They couldn't, once the juice banks were gone and the phones were gone, the first while they wanted to go for a spin in the car to charge the phone up in the car. That didn't work out so well because there was too many phones and not enough car. And after a while they stopped arguing and they just started getting on with life, with cooking, with surviving, wild camping, and spending days on the beach, and it was lovely. Go off the grid, just give your brain a complete rest so it can recharge and reset. Get away from the internet for a while. I know you're watching this on the internet, but just to go off reconnect with yourself, I think is great. The next one, Tony says, is practice self-care. Yeah, hand in hands with self-love. That's not just your exercising and your clean eating or your dieting or your whatever. I hate all of them words, but maybe your lifestyle change to eat healthily or eat good for yourself. Cleanliness, hygiene, I suppose organization would come into that for me. Getting your clothes ready the day before, so tomorrow you'll be grateful that you did that the night before. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Have fun. So glad that was in there. As you'd often hear me say, 8 hours rest, 8 hours work, and 8 hours fun. Yeah, we all need that. That's definitely a no-brainer. Next one, do something you're good at. I love this. Do something you're good at. So what happens when you do something you're good at? What happens when you're always trying to learn and you're always trying to, and my t-shirts say fail, learn, grow. We do learn, but how nice is it sometimes just to do something that is cool? It's your vibe. You're good at it. You get that instant reward, that instant gratification. Yeah, I love that. Push yourself. Absolutely. The magic happens outside the box. You'll often hear me say that. Take credit. Yeah, absolutely. Does that mean that when someone says, oh, I like your clothes, you're not going to be like, oh, this old thing, I had it in the wardrobe, or oh, this was only cheap, or anything like that? Does that mean you're going to actually own it and say, yeah, I bought that, I love that? Maybe not like that, but you might think that to yourself and just say thanks. Imagine someone compliments you and you just say thank you. Wow. Not sure what the take credit is. I didn't read through the whole thing as much as I should. Maybe I'm going to go back and look at that. But take credit, I say take praise, take, credit for what you do. Don't let other people take credit for your ideas. What if you're working hard and someone else is benefiting off your back? Find your purpose. 100%. It took me 40 something years to find my purpose, and when I found it, it's like a new religion. Here I am preaching to you about self-love. My purpose in life is for you to get the most out of your life, not to waste your life, to enjoy your life. Don't waste your life being like guilty or sorrowful or having imposter syndrome or pretending to be someone you're not, or all these things that we spend our life doing when we're on autopilot, going along at the same thing day after day. Yeah, it breaks my heart. Find your purpose. I found mine. It took a complete breakdown. It took a complete burnout for me to find mine. So I want to help other people find theirs before they have to go through exactly what I went through. And give back 100,000,000%. Giving back is so rewarding. not just to the person you're giving back to, but to you. Believe it or not, giving is. There was an old saying, it's better to give to receive than to receive. There's a lot in that. I'm going to have to make another video about that. But yeah, give back 100 million %. Yeah, Tony, I agree with, as if Tony's watching, but Tony Robbins, I agree with all your self-love things. They are absolutely on the money and mean a lot. Yeah. So go have a look at them yourself if you wish. And I hope you found some inspiration in that, because that is my purpose. Go find yours. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye for now.